Hi, I want to talk about the success I've had with the Badass Body Boss program. After being on the program for 9 weeks, I went on a vacation. And the things I learned over those 9 weeks and implemented into my life really helped me with the vacation that I took and to keep up my progress. So, the first thing I decided is that I was going to track everything I ate in the app just so I had data. I wasn't planning on holding back. I wasn't planning on restricting myself in any way. I just wanted to collect data to see how much weight I gained, how many inches I gained, how many calories I had. But I have to say, when I got back, damn, does this program work? It really, really does. So, like I said, I planned on walking a lot because I wanted to get that level of activity up. I walk a lot in general and I like exploring things on foot. So on a slow day, I was walking maybe 2 miles, but in general, I was walking 5 to 8 miles a day, just exploring and opting to not take a trolley or an Uber or anything like that. Um, by and large, I was really surprised at my change in my relationship with food and how I saw food and how I interacted in public settings. First, with everything I tracked, I was really shocked. Again, I didn't hold back. I also didn't act like an ass and eat everything in sight because I actually didn't want to. But I barely hit 1,900 calories when I was relaxed and having what I wanted. And one day I had a calorie bomb that was totaled up to like 2,300 calories. And even that's not a lot, to be perfectly honest. It's not going to kill you. I would never do that calorie bomb again, not because of the calorie. It was just so unpleasant. I didn't really realize what I was eating ordering until I started getting it and eating it. I was like, oh God, all it is sugar and chocolate. And it's not really that appetizing. Um, so my average for the week wound up being 230 calories over my normal week, which, seems like a lot, but I guess it really wasn't. One of the things I also noticed is, like I said, my relationship with food changed. So I would go into a shop, for example, a macaron shop. Who does not love macarons? Crazy people. That's who don't like macarons. And I'd walk in, and of course, they'd be like, hi, welcome. I'm like, hi. And then I'd look at the flavors and I go, yeah, no, I'm not really interested in any of these. None of these are screaming out at me that I need to have this. And I walked out without buying anything. I said, all right, thank you. And the thing I realized is like, wow, I didn't have this self-imposed or trained guilt to walk in and have to buy something because I walked into a store and said hi to somebody and they said hi to me. So I was fine with walking out, and I was fine with also thinking I'd see something on the menu that I wanted and then deciding, you know what, I'm not really interested in eating that. So I'll just get an appetizer because I'm still hungry, but I don't want anything. I didn't force myself to eat something I didn't really, really, really want. And I think that was really important too. I did realize that cocktails are my downfall. I do love a crafted cocktail. And when you're in a new place, there's a whole bunch of places to try. And while I'm not really a big drinker in general, like I said, I'm somewhere new, it's exciting. But almost 10 times out of 10, if I'm offered dessert or a cocktail, I would rather have a cocktail. Not because I'm an alcoholic, I just find the experience, the flavors better, and the calories are actually frighteningly less in a cocktail than in a regular dessert. Um, there was one incident. I was at a bar and I was getting ready to leave, and then I was offered a free shot of a $40 bourbon. Free because a gentleman was going to buy it for me, and I didn't ask for it. And I was like, I should have left. I was already planning on leaving. I felt that I was done for the night. I did wind up taking that drink. It wound up not really impacting my life in a positive way. It was neutral. It didn't hurt me. Didn't help me. So I totally could have and should have just said no thank you and let it go. Definitely a little bit of FOMO there. But when I got back, I got right back onto the program about 95%. And that was on a Sunday. I check in on Wednesdays. So that was a Sunday. And when the reason I was only 95% of 100% back that first day, I did a very strenuous 6-mile hike that day. So I felt that I could have some more calories that day. So when I weighed myself, when I did my check-in after, 95% Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 100%, I was only 0.9 pounds up after all the stuff I ate. Yet I still lost inches. I lost a quarter of an inch on my waist and my hips. I cannot explain it. All I know is it happened. And all I know is I had Dad look at it and was just like, damn. And the other thing too is both Lucy and Rita talk about how at some point you're going to hit a plateau and slow down. And at the time I did that check-in, I was now 10 weeks into the program. And I'm like, I'm not having that. I mean, I can also see it's pleasant to see every single time I look, because the data is there, every 4th week is yellow on my tracking, which is when I get my period. So I'm going up in weight and then sometimes like a quarter of an inch. But I know I'm doing great. And it's thanks to this program and the ladies who put together amazing education tutorials. So it's really changed a lot about how I see food in ways I didn't even realize that were detrimental and pressures I put on myself. And I'm not afraid to go on vacation anymore. I'm not the person anymore who's like, I have to meal prep and bring 2 of my 4 meals with me so I can like be good. And then, because I legit did that for years. I don't do that anymore. And it took me a little bit to get there. And I am just so happy that this program allows me to have the life I want and the body I want.